Hello, my Inky heart friends. I'm so happy to be with you today. Today is day one of Halloween, 28 days of Halloween. I do Halloween for 4 weeks. I've done it for 4 weeks for, I think this is my 4th year. And I absolutely love Halloween. So it's real easy for me to just crank out the Halloween projects. And I think my brain just thinks in Halloween. So if you haven't been here before, my name is Kelly. And if you have, welcome back. I am the designer and owner of Inky Hands Warm Hearts. And I would love to welcome you and make you, have you join our community. We are a community of really fun ladies. We gather every Tuesday and Thursday night for live videos at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm on the East Coast, so 8 o'clock is when I try and do it so that my West Coasters can roll in from work at 5 and make it on. So, yeah. So anyway, we're going to work on day one's project. So this is the project. Spooky Halloween is one of the suites that Stampin Up has come out with, and it is really, really cute. I used parts of it, but mainly for this video, I used Tractor & Co. And if you are one of the people that bought into my game night class that I do on the last Thursday of the month, you got this bundle, because that's what we used on a Thursday night. And I decided to go ahead and use the Tractor & Co. to make our first Halloween project. So I hope that you guys love it. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll explain all the good stuff. We are going to put Hershey Kisses in a cute little cellophane bag and make some fun things. So let me get this stuff out of the way temporarily. I will bring it back in when it's needed. Be aware that an avalanche can happen at any time on my desk because I have a bunch of stuff on here. Okay. So we're gonna start with our cello bag. And this is just a 2-inch, I think by 8-inch. I want to say an 8-inch, I think, maybe 9, maybe 10. I don't know. It is a cute, there it goes. I told you. I have so much stuff on my desk right now because I've been designing project after project, and I just had a feeling. I just had a feeling. Okay, we're good now. I got that under control. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some fill, and I'm just gonna grab a little handful. That should be enough. If we need more, I can pull more in. So we're gonna put a bunch of Hershey Kisses in our little container here. I'm gonna pull them all off. I don't remember how many I think 10. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 10. All right, so I have 10 of those. And this is how I started. I just grabbed a couple of these little pieces and I opened my bag. And I just kind of put one with a kiss. And then I just started sliding it down. And then I added another little kiss and then a couple more fills. And wrote another little kiss, and then little by little I just started pushing my little kisses in with this green fill. So let's see, and if I had to stand it and shake them down, I did. Let's add one in here. There we go. We're gonna add a couple more. Let's add another one. All right, and I'm gonna shake down a little more. We're gonna add a few more of these. See, you don't really need as much as you think. They fill up quite a bit because you're trying to, you don't want it to overwhelm your Hershey Kisses where you can't see them. So you want to have some, but not so many that you're not going to be able to see all the cute kisses. So let's put a few more, and I'm just sparsely grabbing a little bit and tossing another kiss on the fire. All right, so I'm gonna kind of get that to the bottom, or almost, and we only need a little bit more. Let's see, we need enough for 2 more. This one's getting covered up, so let's not do that. Let's pull some of this out, and we'll put one, and then I'll put another one with a little bit more, and then that's our last one. See, so we didn't even need all of this. So see, you don't really need as much as you think, but I do want there to be plenty at the top. So we'll add a little bit and put our kiss on there, and then let them slide to the bottom. And I'm just gonna put a little more. I don't want that one to be lonely. So I'm just gonna put a little bit around it, but not enough that it covers it up. So if I think it's gonna get covered, I'm gonna pull out until I get the right number. There we go. I'm gonna try and slide it underneath. Okay, so once you get that in there, you're going to go ahead and pull this little, and these bags are linked in the video description. So everything I use, I try to link if it's not something that you can get in my Stampin' Up store. So let me throw that away and put this back in our little bag fill. Okay, so for the topper, I wanted to use Timid Tiger, and so I used a 6" by 3" and I scored it at 3 so that it would be 3 by 3. All right, and so I burnished that down. And then this is from the In Color DSP, because this is Timid Tiger, one of the new In Colors for 2025 to 2027. And so we are going to attach that designer series paper onto our piece. It's so fun. I love this paper. I like this year's collection. I usually buy the collection every year. I don't always get every pack, but I buy them as I need them. As there's colors that I want to use for whatever seasons, I end up doing it. So this piece was 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, the designer series paper. All right, so now let's talk about our sentiment at the top. That's going to be the word spooky, and that is from that Spooky Halloween set. So see, it has the word spooky. So we're going to use that one, and we are going to stamp the word spooky in tuxedo black memento. So I have my stamp out. I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to stamp it on this little scrap of Granny Apple Green cardstock. So there's our spooky. I don't know about all of you, but I love punches, and so whenever Stampin' Up comes out with punches, I'm always buying them. And there was a season where they came out with a whole bunch of these punches that they called Pick-a-Punch, and they are bannered. So all of them are different, and this one was my favorite. It was called the Banners Pick-a-Punch, and I loved it because it did that lovely little bannered end that you see right here. And so in order for me to fit this in here, I'm going to need to use a little bit of, let's put a little more glue on there. I'm going to need to put a little bit of like a little handle. And so I just put a smidge of glue on a scrap piece that I've cut off of something else. And I add it as like a holder. See how it becomes my holder? Because it's really too small for me to stick in here. It's not long enough. So by having that little holder, I can add it in here, and then it will banner that end. So see, I love this little punch, and I hope that you got yours when they were active. I will never stop using it. I love it. So there we go. See, it does take a little bit off, but no one's going to see the back. Okay, so let's add that to the top here. With a little bit of wet glue. Now we're going to make our spider. So I made the spider out of the Tractor and Company bundle. Okay, I'm going to explain it all to you in a second. So with the dies from Tractor and Company, you have this die right here, which is the large wheel on the tractor. So that is the body of my spider, okay? And then I used this little piece here, which is the cab. It kind of sits over the seat of the tractor. So when you have your little tractor seat, you kind of connect this over the top. It covers over, and then it makes the little cab that the little person can sit on that seat. So I took this and I cut 8 of them. And it doesn't matter if you get this straight up and down leg completely cut. You can cut it short. You just want this entire leg here. But this you can cut short. So when you're die cutting, if you want to cut some shorter, it's okay, just to save paper. But you want this crooked leg, the one that's angled. As you can see, all of the legs are angled, okay? So you definitely want to use that. And I did cut some perfect and then some were short. So I'm going to show you that when we put our little spider together. So I have everything in a baggie to save a little time. All right. So here's the little body, which is the wheel of the tractor wheel, okay? These are 2 1/2-inch white circles, 1/2-inch size, and then I have 2 1/4-inch basic black circles, basic white, basic black, and then of course all the little legs are. So this leg here, I'm going to put over here so you can see it better. This is a full leg, but we don't need all of that. So this one here, I cut off that edge, you see. Here's the angled one, and this is the straight one. We want the angled one. So this one that I cut the full amount, I'm going to show you. I'm going to snip off just a small amount. We just need something to stick under the spider. So we need 4 that go this direction and 4 that go the other direction. And the only way to get the other direction is to flip your die cut over, okay? So it's okay. No one's going to look at it so close that they're going to notice that something this skinny is the back side of the die. I generally don't use the back sides of the dies, but I needed the leg to be sticking out like that. So here I'm just flipping it over to the back end. And so once you've trimmed off most of this little extra and you just have like that small piece on the straight edge, all you're gonna do is you're gonna bring them onto your silicone mat. And I highly recommend that you get a silicone mat. If you're me, you would know why, because I make a big mess when I put glue on things. Let's get these eyes glued. So I'm just gonna say I already put too much glue. So that's why. And I use a tweezer and I like to add. So I'm just gonna put one eye here and then the other one will just glue wherever, and then we'll rotate it to make him have little funny eyes. So it's okay wherever you stick them, just let them sit and dry. Okay, so now we're gonna start with this spider leg here. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and you're gonna kind of play with how they show up on the side, okay? How you want them to look. So I lined mine up on my mat Whoops, I moved that one. I didn't mean to. So I lined 4 up on the mat so that the legs, when they were sticking out from the spider, would look good. This part here doesn't matter. You want this side to look good, and you don't want there to be too much room between the spider legs. Okay, so kind of put them together. See how they're close on this side? We have one more to go. So I put all 4 of mine together, and then once I was happy with how they looked, I'm gonna have a little trouble with this one, it looks like. Let me grab my tweezer to make it a little easier, I think. There we go. There. So once I have them how I want them to look on this edge, all I'm gonna do is put a dot of glue, or try to, on each of these little legs. And if they move a little, that's okay. You can just move them into place. That dot, trust me, is enough to hold these in place. So we're gonna just lay this little circle, which is the spider body, over the top and smush it onto your mat. This is why you want to use a mat, because let me tell you, it will ooze out onto the back. So now we're gonna set up the other legs. We're gonna let this one dry. I'm gonna pick it up and flip it over. See how it oozed? It's okay though. It's living its best life. So we're gonna leave it there, let it sit, and we're gonna move these and put them in place and make sure that we have them how we want them. On this side. And when we're happy, I'm gonna, whoops, I moved that one. I didn't mean to. I want them to be a little bit wonky, not perfect. There we go. All right. Once we're happy, I'm gonna hold them in place, and I'm gonna put those dots of glue. And by holding them on this end, it helps. All right, so there's my glue. Let's see if I can move them without upsetting them. All right, come on. We were good. We were doing so good. Anyway, I know they're small pieces, guys, but trust me, it's worth the effort, because how cute is the spider on there? All right, so there's that one. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring the little spider body back on, and just make sure that your legs are looking how you want them to look. And then you're gonna put this body on this side. So there's your spider. We're going to add dimensionals onto the back of the eyeballs. So let me grab those. So we're gonna flip those over and put a dimensional on the back of each. And then once this dries, we're gonna pull the backs off of these and put the little spider eyes on. Isn't this such a fun project? I thought it was great. All right, so I want his little eyes kind of high up and close together. That one stuck to my hand. And see, you can rotate this eyeball and have him look in any direction that you want. If you want him to be looking out to the left, you can. Let's do that this time. And I like to kind of overlap my eyes a little bit. For me, I think it's really cute to have them slightly overlapped. So I have one looking that way. See, my other one's different. This one's a little different, so that's okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and flip this over, and we're gonna put dimensionals on the back of our spider. And when we put those dimensionals, we 100% want to cover those little legs. And I'm gonna use black dimensionals. And the reason that I am is because that really helps. If I can get them out, I need the mini ones. Did you know that we sold black dimensionals? When you have something on black, it's really nice if you can use the black dimensionals because it really camouflages them nicely. And I'm putting these right over the top of those little legs so that they will live nicely and be attached for good, okay? And then I'm just gonna add a couple more. I know, I use a lot of dimensionals, you'll get used to it. You can use as many as you want when you make your project, but I tend to go a little overboard. And these are minis, so it's okay to go overboard. All right. Alrighty, so let me put those away. And I'm just gonna push them down and really make sure that they're adhered. And then I'm gonna slowly pull them off, and you'll see that they're black and glossy. If you have never seen black dimensionals before, tell me in the comments of this video. I'm curious if it's something that you've overlooked. I mostly use them on Halloween. I don't use a lot of black paper very often, unless, you know, I'm doing some kind of dark colors. It looks like I have a little bit of glue on that spider, but we'll fix that in a minute. So we're gonna go ahead and add him. Oh, this is my little pinch bowl. I collect all of my dimensional backings on it. So we're gonna put our little spider here, but before we attach him, we want to stamp with Gorgeous Grape. We want to stamp some, I can't even think what I want to say. I'm trying to find my Gorgeous Grape. I wonder if I put it away. I don't see it on my desk here, and I have so much stuff on my desk. Let's see. I wonder if I put that one away. Oh, I covered it up. I covered it up. All right, found it. Gorgeous Grape. All right, let's take care of this stuff now. Alrighty. So we're going to stamp the sparkle. There's this little sparkle stamp. I have to find it so I can show you. Here it is. And I love it. So we want one kind of at the top of our spider and one kind of at the bottom of our spider body. Isn't it so cute, that sparkle? So I wanted to, it just makes my spider look very magical. So I'm gonna clean my sparkles. And then now we can attach our spider, okay? Look how cute. And doesn't he look like he's just sparkling away? I love that, okay? So there he is. Look how cute with those sparkles. All right, so now we're going to attach on to our bag. So what I recommend that you do for yours is that you just get a few glue dots just to kind of hold it together, but mostly use liquid glue. Liquid glue will dry on the cardstock, but I just wanted to get started. So I'm gonna start with a few glue dots just to get it to bind, and then the glue will do the rest of the work. Okay, so I put 3 across the top, and I need to figure out where I want it to lay. So I think I want it to be right up to that piece. I just want to make sure that it's not going to settle. There we go. So this is going to lay here, and then this is going to come down right about there. So that's going to adhere the glue dots. So we're going to push that down. I'm going to use my glue eraser and get that glue off of my poor little spider. All right. Now I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to add adhesive, wet adhesive, along here and along the back. Okay. So So there we go. And you're just going to press with your fingers and get it to grab. And I kind of want the edges to really grab, so I'm going to run a line down that edge and hold it, and this edge and hold it. And then the person who opens your piece, they'll just have to either cut the cellophane bag right here, and they could keep your little spooky card. It's really up to them what they want to do. Some people are savers, right? And others are not. Don't judge. Just give them nice treats because so much fun. So we're gonna add some of the new embellishments. So these embellishments are called Shimmer Star Foam stickers, and they come in 3 colors. I have mine out of the package because I have just been designing like crazy with them, and I did not want to have to keep pulling them in and out, in and out. So I'm just going to use a large over here, and then a medium and a small next to each other. There's 3 sizes, a teeny weeny one, a medium, and a bigger one. So there is some purple glittery foam stars, really cute. And they come in black, purple, or I guess Petunia Pop, basic black and white. It's kind of an iridescent white. But what do you think of this quick and easy project? I think it turned out great. This little sentiment, I don't think I gave you the dimension, but it's 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4. Everything else you have dimensions for. I just used scraps of paper for my spider and for the legs in basic black. And I hope that you thought this was a really cute project. I hope that I blew your mind that I used the tractor wheel and the little cab cover from the dies from Tractor & Co. And I hope that you enjoyed this project. I will be back every single day with another video, and I hope that you'll hang out with me and watch them. Thanks for hanging out with me today. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!